Hello. Hello. Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Mackenzie and I am president of the Psychology Club. I am here today with Lucia and Evelyn to talk about how Metro State students can access funding to attend professional development opportunities like conferences and conventions. So just a little bit about the Psychology Club. Our mission is to provide rewarding academic and social opportunities and support services for all Metro State students and alumni, as well as unique educational and social experiences. And our goals are to create an energetic and sustainably active club that assists students in having a rewarding, productive, and enjoyable experience at Metro State. Okay, so student activities and professional development. So all Metro State students are assessed a student activity fee that's included in your tuition. So you're already paying for this fee. So individual students in student organizations or groups can request funding for academic or professional development opportunities, such as conference or seminar attendance using the Engage portal. So we're gonna post this PowerPoint in all the links so everybody will have access to it. But if you go to Engage Student Life and Leadership, under forms, there are a couple of different forms that we're gonna talk about to apply for funding. So student activity funds are allocated and distributed by MSUSA and SAFAC is the Student Senate and Activities Fees Allocation Committee. You can read a little bit more about them if you're interested with this link here. So the first type of conference form that we have available is the conference registration fee only form, which is primarily designed for local conference attendance and registration fees only. So conference registration fee only funding is limited to $40 a student or $1,000 for a group of students maximum. Applicants must be in good academic standing and applications must be submitted 2 weeks in advance. So just some examples of local conferences that you could attend. Minnesota Psychological Association, MPA 2022 conference is this April in Plymouth, Minnesota. Minnesota Undergraduate Psychology Conference, MUPC 2022, end of April, McAllister in St. Paul. And then the American Psychological Association, APA convention is actually here in Minneapolis in August. That'd be a really great one for students to attend since it's a national association. So funds are available on a first come, first served basis. Again, here's the form to apply for this funding. And then we have basic and advanced conference and seminar requests. So there are two conference levels, not including the conference registration fee only. Basic and advanced. The advanced option allows for more funding, but also requires significantly more preparation and effort, including an in-person presentation, 2 individualized letters of recommendation, and more. Students are also limited to 2 basic or advanced seminar requests throughout their time at Metro State. Again, not including the conference only registration. So for the basic conference seminar requests, the maximum funding available is $600 a student or $3,000 for a group. Must be in good academic standing with a 2.0 GPA, and applications must be submitted 8 weeks in advance. The advanced conference allows up to $1,200 per student in funding or $6,000 per group. Students need to have a 3.0 GPA, 2 letters of recommendation, and present in person to SAFAC. They must also apply 10 weeks in advance. So again, first come, first serve, apply in the same area on Engage forms. And so these funds can be used towards out-of-state conference attendance, registration fees, travel expenses and associated costs, room and board, meals, local transportation, etc. So some examples, again, of basic and advanced conferences and seminars. The Midwestern Psychological Association MPA 2022 conference this April in Chicago, Illinois. The Cognitive Neuroscience Society CNS 2022 meeting, April in San Francisco. And the Society for Personality and Social Psychology SPSP 2023 convention next February 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're interested in a specific discipline of psychology, see what those associations, organizations are doing and apply for funding. A couple additional financial resources and funding. The Lucas Zewski Professional Development Fund is a scholarship here at Metro State, made available through the generosity of the family to help Metro State students gain a competitive advantage in the workplace through professional development. So attendance to conferences related to your academic area of study, webinar training, membership in a professional organization, professional certification preparation courses or activities, preparation of materials for professional presentation to a professional group. So lots of sort of things that you could do with this scholarship. The award is the cost of the development opportunity or $1,000 maximum, whichever is more. And you can apply by emailing foundation@metrostate.edu. Again, we'll make all of this information available to you so you can do that on your own time. Some other financial resources, membership discounts, joining professional organizations like APA, MPA, or SPSP as an undergrad or student member to access discounted registration rates. For example, Lucia, Evelyn, and myself went to SPSP 2022 last month in San Francisco. So a student member convention registration was $226 and a non-member registration was $690. So big savings there. Registration or joining as a member was like $35, so totally worth it. And then early bird registration, some conferences have discounts for early registration. Again, SP 2022, rather than paying the $226, you registered early and paid $181. And then we have conference specific scholarships, sponsorships, travel grants, and financial support, such as the SPSP Diversity Undergraduate Registration Award and the MPA Diversity Travel Award. So anybody have any questions so far about anything we can answer? Oh, yes.
So when you, Lucia and Evelyn, went down to San Francisco, did you file for one of those like advanced forms?
We did. We filed an advanced form as a group. There was 6 of us. And so we tried to keep our costs within the 6,000 per group maximum. And we applied individually, but like still stayed within the group caps. So yeah, it was a process, but we got the full amount of funding, and then some of us also got the scholarship, the extra $1,000. So the trip was essentially paid for, which was awesome. Yeah, and anybody can do it. You're already paying for that access, so you just have to apply. So we're going to talk a little bit more about like our experience at SPSP. So this is just for anybody, if you want to email me, if you're interested in getting involved in the club, anything like that, feel free to send me an email. All my info is here on Engage. Some pictures from us. So
I have a question.
yeah.
You talked about American Psychological Association as a local conference. But it's not really, it's a national conference. So like the fee is going to be like a national kind of fee. It's going to be pretty high.
That's a good point. Yes.
So I haven't read the current this year's rules. I've read too many rules over too many years to really know, but we should probably think about, if anyone wants to go to APA, because it is so close. We
Yes.
should think about trying to file a bigger advance request so
Right.
that, you know, we can get more than 25 ahead or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm sure, I just looked it up, it's not, the
right.
fee is not available yet,
Right.
but available in March.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I think I was looking also at MPA in Chicago and I noticed that the registration fees for that conference were significantly lower than what we pay at SPSP. So I don't know how APA compares to that, but yeah, it's a national association that just happens to be local this year. So yeah,
Every 75 years.
every 75 years. Okay, so if not this summer, the next one. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out because I would love to attend that. You guys want to talk about this a little bit? I guess I can go to, I have one more slide on this. So like I said, we attended the Society for Personality and Social Psychology annual convention in San Francisco, California. Everyone else in the group besides myself, so the 5 other students were there presenting their research, which was awesome. And then I was just there as an attendee, but so the Society for Personality and Social Psychology's annual convention is the premier international event for more than 3,800 social and personality psychologists. Attendees from academia, nonprofit, government, and private sectors present and discuss research, network, and collaborate on projects and pursue professional development while advancing science and pedagogy in the field. So I think it was like 4 or 5 days of pre-conferences, program speakers, networking events, reception stuff, and then undergraduate research presentations. So yeah, I attended the close relationships pre-conference, and we had a speaker on gratitude and maintaining close relationships. Yeah, anyone else want to talk a little bit about there?
Yeah, well, so we started kind of like the planning process like a year before the conference, almost.
Maybe we should turn
So we could have our budget presented in front of SAFAC, which is the organization that actually gives us the funding, the student organization. And there's no need. You can turn
It's
it
just
around so you
Tanya.
can see the whole room. So basically we went to the website and we just looked at the forms, looked at all the rules on how to fill out the forms. And then we also did some research about how much it would cost us to actually do all these things. And then we filled out the forms using those budgeting numbers, following the caps that we could ask for each thing. So you have a maximum amount that you can ask for flight tickets and a maximum amount for meals per day. And so we did all that as a group. We made sure that we knew who wanted to come, so we can include them. And we coordinated between ourselves who was going to take charge doing what for the presentation and the information that we would need to present to SAFAC. And once we got all that figured out, after a lot of back and forth with student life,
And 6 students.
yeah, we were able to buy our tickets and get our hotel reservations and everything.
Registration fees, because those are expensive.
The registration fees. And one of the things that we did is we decided each one of us what was our what did we wanted to do with, for example, the hotels. The 3 of us and one other student stayed at the same hotel where the conference was, because we prioritized being there like close by and being able to go to our rooms and rest during the day if we
Super
wanted
walkable,
to.
like we didn't have to pay for an Uber every time we wanted to go to the
Right.
convention, so.
And I think it's very meaningful, the experience that Mackenzie had this time, because she wasn't presenting, but she got to see what everything was about. And that's what I did a couple years ago, the last time that it was in person. So that time I did stay like, I think 20 minutes away from the conference. So I did have to like take either a bus or an Uber every time that I wanted to go to the hotel where the conference was, and kind of, walk around and manage that time too. But because we wanted to make this also a fun trip for us, since it's our last semester, and we all kind of became friends already through the club. We wanted to enjoy San Francisco too, and we stayed a little longer than the conference was, and we got to go sightseeing and eat food and do all those things too.
The nice thing was that this year was a hybrid event, so everything in person was kind of limited. I mean, there was some stuff going on, but everything was available online. So you could be like listening in on one pre-conference while like walking around and like seeing what else is going on in the convention. And I think we still have access to that right now.
After,
Which is, I think is really cool. So some flexibility.
Yeah, and the pre-conference that Mackenzie's referencing to is just these particular day where people choose which type of topics they want to be exposed to before the actual conference starts. So the whole day is just designed around these different topics. And Mackenzie has some examples there, the group processes and intergroup relations, close relationships, self and identity, etc.
so yeah, we did the same. Yeah, I remember interracial relationships.
They were
really
different.
good
Were
one.
you in self and identity?
I was.
And I was in close relationships. So they were two different interracial relationships. But
Yeah, so
Really
we got to do
interesting
those
stuff.
things the day before. And then when the actual conference started, we got to choose sessions that we wanted to attend, and we had these app available to us to choose from. And it gave us all the information about the room numbers and stuff like that to navigate the conference. And sometimes we attended events together, sometimes we just went on our own, and
What was like the size of the conferences? Was it like a small group? Or
well, we had almost 2,000 people in person and
Oh,
almost as
wow.
much online.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it's a big conference, And I think Mackenzie has in one of the slides, like almost 4,000 people.
Yeah,
total.
3,800 is what it said on the.
Yeah.
But I heard between 2,000 and 3,000. There was like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot to do. Like the program, I wanted to include it in here, but it's like 6 pages long. So, but I think that SP was a little bit longer than maybe some other conventions are. Because it was like almost a full week of stuff, whereas other ones I've been looking at look like they're just a weekend. So
Yeah, and the good thing too about these things is, like Mackenzie was saying, we got to present our own research, and
Which I
even though
have
we're
up there.
undergrads. Huh?
I have up there at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. So those are the titles of our projects.
So those exhibitions, was that like something you just worked on in your free time, like prior to the conference, and then
Free time. So we are.
how much like effort do you guys have to put into it? Was this solid amount of time? Yeah.
It's a lot. I've been collecting data since 2020.
Wow.
Well, I started my
Wow.
study.
It's different because she presented her thesis. I presented like a research project from one of my classes, which is data analysis. So yeah, I think it's a little bit different. It took me a semester to complete my project, and like it took you
2 years so far.
right.
But the good thing about that is that even though we're undergrads, we get the opportunity to present in front of other people, and sometimes you have professors from other universities visiting you while you present your poster. This year it was funny because Mackenzie has the pictures there. Can you go back one slide, Rachel, please? Because this year, so the one on the top is us with the laptop, because we didn't have actual posters printed out this year. We had to sit at a table, like in a room like this, there was different tables and one person per table.
Way bigger.
Way
But
bigger.
Yeah, I mean, there were like probably, I don't know, 100 people in that room
Yeah.
presenting at the same time. So each of us had a number in our table, and people would come by and ask us to tell them about our research. So we had our laptops there to show them our poster. I don't know if we have any posters here.
Is that the thing to
To-
print them? It's
They should
like-
be over here.
Oh, this is the
Yeah.
poster printer, yeah.
They're on the other
We
corner.
have to print
Mark,
it.
other corner.
Other one?
Yeah, that corner.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can see what they usually look like.
I was excited.
You guys just did like condensed virtual posters though, right? Essentially.
Yeah, so
Oh.
You should finish that paper.
Good for you.
Very nice poster.
Outstanding.
This was for one year, I think, like.
oh yeah, yeah. So Dr. Halverson was the advisor for that project. Yeah. So, yeah, and we got to talk with professors, with other students, like grad students, undergrad students. There were even some high school students there,
Really?
Wow.
which is super cool to start early.
They were from all over the world. I talked with people from China, from India. I don't know. other
Yeah,
place, but it's
Italy. Yeah. So we get to share our classes, what we did for our projects,
There we go.
and, oh my goodness, sorry. And then we got to go out and eat, like the picture at the bottom, together, and yeah, the bridge is there too.
We had one professor with us and then another professor joined too. So it was fun. Hang out with
Yeah,
her.
so Carrie Clayman, our advisor, is over there, in the picture too. I tried to convince Mark to come with us, but he didn't want to.
Missed out. It was a good time.
He missed out. Yeah, I don't know if you have any specific questions.
It's pretty much covered everything. I just think it's super cool. I really wish that I would have had some type of involvement in
When did you graduate?
that. Presumably in like semester, 2 semesters. I
Okay.
gotta take
I'm gonna be here for a while, so we can definitely plan
4 or
something.
4 or 7.
It's not me.
No,
Got nothing to do with me.
Did you give like a supervision for that? I think I'm confused.
I think she's very confused.
I am confused. I know you gave me permission for some.
Well,
I don't remember.
So did you?
I mean, if you can't get in the normal way, I
I
don't.
can't take AOK unless I take professional and career applications first.
I was gonna say, like, okay, so do you know, who do you wanna take? Why do you wanna take application of knowledge? Do you wanna do
I
that?
have to for my degree audit. Like it's part of my graduation.
requirement.
Yeah.
No, I know, but like, he can do like an internship or something else, right?
Well, that's an application of knowledge, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They all
yeah, you
fall
wanna
under.
take the actual.
There's
class.
7 types of application of knowledge. There's a lot of
What are they?
subcategories.
So internship.
Field experience, we call it now. We try to stay away from that word.
Internship.
Teaching assistant, research assistant, senior thesis, prior learning assessment. We do sometimes offer the old internship, but not often. I guess. I'm sure
So
there's
you
another
might not
one.
need to take it.
Oh, wait,
Everybody has.
he needs to take 407.
Yeah.
Everyone has
No,
to.
obligation of knowledge. I mean.
Everyone has to take the application of knowledge. You took it?
Well,
He has to
yeah, what I
apply.
mean is like the class. He might be able to choose something else to do instead of.
There is no class.
Yeah, it's just that.
Everyone has an individualized experience.
Yes.
Don't confuse this now. Everyone gets registered for some course, but it's an individualized experience for everyone. Oh,
But
except for 302. That's the
wasn't
same.
Susan Rydell teaching a class that counted as application? of
Sometimes
knowledge?
she does.
Oh,
It's
that's
not-
the one
It's not
that.
guaranteed.
Oh,
Okay, it's not guaranteed to be offered. It's not guaranteed that everyone who takes it doesn't do it for application.
okay.
So once you go to the regular 407, you'll learn all about this, all your
That's
different
what it's
options.
for.
Thank you, that was option number 7. I forgot about that.
I know
That's
I'm
what
doing
I was
physics and I'm doing field, what was it? Field?
We did
Field
like 5
experience?
things that count as application of knowledge, basically. We've done all of the options.
I'm doing everything. I,
Completing all the quests.
Oh, yeah, you're not limited to
Quests.
one. Everyone's required to have at least one.
Yeah.
oh,
Fairly, I mean, like my teaching apprenticeship assistantship was pretty easy for me to get, like I literally just emailed the professor that I was interested in working with and was like, hey, do you need any help with anything? Like I'm happy if you research, teaching, whatever. He's like, yeah, I need a teaching assistant for abnormal sight. I'm like, oh my gosh, my favorite class. So I didn't do that for my application of knowledge because I'm doing research, but it was pretty easy.
And is that something that like you just have to like receive like approval or whatever from the?
Yeah, you'll fill out
right,
like
like a form?
a form.